Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Train Fever with the North Atlantic map. You join me out here in Norway at the moment, where we're just taking a moment to admire the beautiful countryside while I keep talking in the hope that a train will rattle past any moment to make for one of those splendid opening shots that we all know and love. As if by magic, that just happened. Wonderful. So, we're looking at the route that I set out last time, which was running from Potato to Bryan, VA. And if we're very lucky, the other one will come back in the opposite direction any moment. Well, okay, several moments. Let's scoot along here and see what's going on. Now, I had a little bit of clearing up to do after the last episode. I've done all of that. You can all, your faith is not misplaced. That's all sorted. So I built a bridge over the section here in order to keep things rolling. When these chaps reach their destination, I will probably put them out of business to encourage people to use the train. Yes, there we go. But today I'm staying in the Nordic region today. Oh no, that's the other thing I did. I fixed the roundabout. There it is. Look, it is what it is. We'll see how it pans out once we start getting some traffic. But in answer to the question, how do you make a circle? Admittedly, that's more oval. You start like you do this, right? So you draw a line, okay? Then put just a little dip there, and a little dip there, and then you round them off like that, right? And then you do exactly the same thing on the opposite side, delete the bit through the middle, and hey presto, you have a roundabout of sorts. Now, obviously, it's never going to work properly like a roundabout because you can't tell people to only go one way around it. Not to mention the fact it's flaming enormous. But I hooked all of that up, and that's there you go. That's what that is. Anyway, let's. How are you doing? Did you get a passenger there? Six passengers. Magic. Okay, so the development of the town is going to continue apace. But where I'm at today is firstly I want to kill off those wagons. So I want to let's track one along the. Actually, let's watch them come through the country pass here. Oh, how beautiful! I'm going to watch you. Okay, we're just going to leave that ticking away up there. Let's get a menu out of the way. Leave you ticking away, and when you reach your destination, we'll sack the lot of you. But what I'm going to do, if I bring up the cargo menu, and I don't know this in advance because I've not checked it. Yeah, it is doing what I expected. So we've got. I spotted this in the last episode. This coal mine and this iron mine here are pretty close to this steel steel mill. Equally, we've got some lumber going on there. I think I can probably put that out of work. But the problem with the Nordic region on this map is there's only really two constituent towns to play with. Well, there are only two constituent towns to play with. Now that in itself means that it's not going to be particularly easy to make, shed loads of profit out of goods, but I would like to do some anyway. There you go. So the profitability is not necessarily our watchword. Right. Yeah. Let's get this set up. So what I'm going to do, pretty obviously, is replace this automated system with one of my own devising. And I think you can probably see which way I'm going. Oh, hello, we've RY'd. What have we got? It's the DSB Litra AE, which is a different kind of coach. Now, I ought to apply that quite quickly because the top speed of that train is 56, and the top speed of the coaches attached to it is only 37. So I ought to switch that over, but we'll do that in a minute. Let's plonk that on there, and then another one over here. See, and this barely needs any explanation at all. This is just going to pan out. Actually, I've muttered constantly on occasion about having a separate bit of road for the supply of goods. No, no, you're doing that in quite a lazy fashion. Let's. There we go. Right. All right. So, yes, I've mentioned repeatedly about making it so that the pickup of goods is refined in some fashion. And the reason it doesn't tend to be is because you have through traffic that is desperate to try and use the same bit of road. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bypass this so that it is off on its own junction. See, so we shouldn't have through traffic. I mean, basically, you'll get a bit of a queue, assuming we get cars kind of tearing up this direction once we're a little further into the modern era. But the idea is that they don't have to queue to get in and out of the goods depot itself. That's the thinking. Now, somewhere like this steel mill, you won't have that problem because you know, it's a road to nowhere. It doesn't go anywhere at all. But you know, we'll see where we get with that. It is a road depot. Oh, that will be handy. Meanwhile, how are you doing? You're still on your way up there. Just to let you know, your days are numbered, sunshine. Right, let's get a road up here, and then we will endeavour to do something similar here. So, where's the best place for it? I think it's going to be kind of spurred off in this direction. Yeah, let's take a small country roadette, just as far as here. And the idea behind this is that you end up with roads that no other traffic wants to drive on, and that allows your trucks to get in and out with greater ease. That's perhaps a little far away, and equally, that's probably a little bit too major a depot. Yeah, just one of those. Because we're only going to run two towns worth of goods supply here, so Potato and Brian VA are going to be the two beneficiaries. Now, where shall I put the next one? I could put it in here, I suppose, but I suspect this is going to get properly busy later on. In which case, this makes it the perfect place for this experiment. We'll see how we get on. You know, I'm not wanting to put it there. I want to put it out here a little. So I'll put just a kink on that to try and provide enough space for this chap. There we go. Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. Right, let's go rooting. And I know I'm spotting that he's now on his way back. Is he? Potentially one of the passengers has got off and decided to walk. Can't say I blame them. Right, 1, 2. So that's coal, that's iron, and then we need 2 more for the delivery thereof. Okay, right. I'll just leave that open. I'm going to get this route done, and then I'll put those guys out of work. In fact, what I'm not going to do is put them out of work. I'm going to retask them onto something else. I know, and it's something else that you fine people also keep yelling at me to do. So, you know, look forward to that. Right, first things first. What do we got here? That's the steel mill. Here's the iron. We will go from here. And I think we're going to call this Brian Iron. Although obviously we have to stay true to our naming conventions. Right, that's Bry Iron. Bry Iron. Yeah, it's playful. And then we shall do another one here. This is going to be Bry Coal. There we go. Okay, Bry Coal. Yes. Okay, and then we'll do another one, and this is going to be... where are we going? From here up to there. It's there. No, that's a depot. You can't go there. From here to there. I mean that's a fair route. That one. This is going to be Bry Iron Goods. Bry Steel. Bry Steel. Comply. Bry Steel. Come on, show some discipline with your capitalization, man. And then for our last trick, out to, and this is going to be pot steel. Pot steel. There we go. Right, magic. 4 routes, all happy and dandy and ready to rumble. Ideally, they will also be ready to make me a hell of a lot of money. But, you know, first things first. So, we've got a depot down here already. I could sling up another one given the speed at which we're going to be rolling to begin with. And, what do we say, 5k a year? Or I mean, look, I'm going to try and stick to the correct nationalities when we're a little further along. But for the time being, I'm going to take what works. Really, 4 coal? I'll probably do it. Bride, coal. Off you trot. Literally. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Yeah, see, you thought there for a minute I was going to send it out with the wrong goods waiting. But no, not this time. Set to bright iron. Thank you. And then I think possibly 2 will service Brian itself. Goods, yes. We'll have 2 of you, please. Set that onto Bry steel. And then we're going to need, what do we think, 3, 4? Let's start with 3. On pot goods. Pot steel. There we go. Okay, right. So, I mean, you know, the catchphrase at this point is, obviously this is going to take some time before it starts making any money, but all being well, I've set that up correctly. Right, now, you lot, all of you, in fact, everyone on pot Bry, what's the fastest way to do this? I think it's going to have to be through this fella here. Pot Bry is currently rolling with, come on, scroll for pot Bry, here we go. Right, you lot, all of you, go to the depot. Yeah, that's going to put the cat amongst the pigeons, I'm sure. But, right, we're going to fling them all down the depot. Now, I've thrown a bit of money away in doing that, but needs must. Firstly, I want to drive people, well, let's be a little bit more encouraging about it. I want to encourage people to use the wave of the future. But secondly, I'm going to set up some internal bus routes, which is something I rarely do, or rarely do in more than a kind of the barest nod of doing it in any way properly. So we'll try and create a route here. Now, I could go one step further. I know madness could truly grab me, and I could turn the land use on, because typically people want to get from residential areas to commercial and potentially, I mean, it's industrial. No, that's commercial. This is industrial. And then we've got the station. So what do we think here? Well, we've got a nice stop there that's just waiting for use, and that's in the commercial residential crossover, which is quite good fun. All right, let's put a route together. You see, normally my station routes are placed in such a way that you can get to them via multiple directions, but in this one it's a dead end. All right, bring me my bus stop of desire. Maybe I could bus station it. Okay, yeah, that's fun. All right, what else could we do? A large bus station. Well, I think that might be a little bit exuberant. No, I'm going to try it out. We're going to have a large bus station. All right, and then bus stops. Now, some of you may say, oh, you know, you can group those together, right? And you're like, yes, I do. I am familiar with the process of grouping stuff together. The reason I don't is because it can cause problems. I think there's an episode in my second series where I go into the crash that can occur when grouping stations, particularly when you try and adjust a route. Right, so this is industrial. Now, everything industrial is going to want a connection to residential, potentially. But then everything is going to want a connection to residential. The trick is going to be... Because what I'm thinking, the reason behind this large station here, this large bus station, is I could have an industrial line, a residential line, and a kind of commercial and leisure kind of get-go here, which would allow people to go from the train to wherever they like. Equally, you might end up getting a few people ride the bus all the way to the stop here, and then head back. Now, if I keep my bus routes short, maybe they will. We might get some uplift doing that anyway. Should we try that? Let's try it. Yeah, I'm an experimental mood, so let's see what happens. Now, obviously, all of the coaches that I'm going to run on here are down in Bryan at the moment. Right, then out to Green, and then over here, York, Highfield. Now, I could either hit up this commercial... no, actually, this is going to make for quite a nice crossover point, particularly if I stick a station on the other side of the... It's not a station, it's a stop, you mad fool. Right, Highfield Road was where we were at, which is that one. No, look, you've got this here. All right, we will do what we have to do. School Lane, Green Lane, Potato Central, which we can remove because that's the end of that. So this is going to be pot, what should we call it? Commute. So we'll abbreviate to COM, just so that I can read it quite quickly. Commute Industrial. All right. I have no idea. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't. Right, let's find that depot, which has got nothing in it, so I'm going to have to do it from this whacking great screen. Right, all right, so fine. I shall put 3 on that. New route for you. You are going on... I know you were up here a moment ago. Yeah, turn round at your leisure. As for you... At your leisure, I recommend turning around. And do we want 2? Do we want 3? Let's go 2. 2? Where are we? That makes 4 minutes. Okay, yes, good. Right, you 2, fine. Yes. In fact, so many thoughts at once. Let's turn you all round. And then you'll be up in the right town when I reassign you momentarily. This one, and then bim bum bum. Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the way to go. Are you the right one? Pot Commuter. Let's close a few as we go, so that I don't get myself confused. And let's face it, that's not something I have much of a challenge with. Confusion reigns supreme. Pot. Ind. Just rolls off the tongue, that one. That's easy to remember. Good. Yes. And then next. So we want another route here. In fact, we're going to want another 2 routes in total. So let's go with from Potato Central. Now, which way do I want to go? Normally, I would swing out this way, but to be honest, if this is successful, I'll add another route that takes in the town as it develops. So let's put that on there. We're going to want to swing past that at some point, so that will do on the way back. And let's put 1 there, and then we'll come out round here somehow. Now we could cut through there, but I think we'll probably get more passengers over time by heading out something like that. And then what? Yeah, and then come round and hit that one, hit this one, and we're all good to go. All right, okay, fine. Let's see what we do here. So come from Potato Central, we'll go out to there, go to Grove Road, and then we'll hit Park Ave, Main Street, Kings Road, St. John's Road, Queensway, Grove Road on the way back as well. We could also stop at Green Lane on the way back. Why wouldn't you? Why would you deprive? Yeah, let's do it. Let's. I'm not going to deprive anybody. All right, there we go. Then we're going to Potato Central again. So this is going to be Pot Residential. No, it's Com. So it's a commuter route residential. Okay, cool. So if I now bring up the big wheel of thingamajiggle here, and you sir, I have a new mission for you. Where are we? Oh, it helps if you press return. There we are. Where are we? What am I looking at? Where's my mind? There we are. All right, you here. Pot. Com. Res. Now, here's the thing. So I don't get too bogged down in interior passenger routes, as I'm sure you're aware, largely because it's not something I tend to follow through as the map develops, as the game develops, because I'm too heavily focused on getting trains running, and as such, I find that the interior firing of passenger traffic is it kind of loses me a little. Because the trains do everything and you're making so much money by that point that you really don't care. So I can't promise this time around that I'm going to do this for every city. In fact, what I can promise, I'm not going to do this everywhere. We will do it in one or two and see how it pans out. Right, let's get some more stops on. Now this one is going to be leisure and commercial. Now these are quite heavily clustered together. So I think we'll hit this because a couple of crossover points don't do any harm. Okay, right, so we started out at Potato and we could almost stop here. In fact, I think we will. And then we'll stop there because that takes us into a different route. And then we'll stick one over there. Now, I'm going to be paying through the nose a little for all of these stops that I'm sticking on. Okay, right, this is going to be a little shorter, but you know, despite the fact I'll be paying through the nose for all these stops I'm adding on, I do hold out hope that this ends up, you know, paying for itself. Well, look, we've got some action going on there already. People are clearly keen on that as a concept. Right, let's go out through. Yeah, let's go to this residential. Well, strictly speaking, it's not that residential. And then we will stop at this one, and then there, and then here. Yeah, I think we remove the Grove Road even. Let's remove that. And then as our second stop, we'll take that. And then this one. Yeah, it's taken something of a oddly circuitous. Well, it's a circuit, so obviously it's circuitous. And then on the way back, we'll stop at Grove Road. That could work, and we'll bypass this one and laugh as people, you know, lament the absence of the town planners providing a stop for them there. Now, this is all quite contained, but what's this one going to be? Com. Oh, you thought that one through, didn't you? Let's call it Com-Lie for leisure. But leisure and commercial, right? They're both on the same. They're happy bedfellows. Covered that well. Good job. All right, you Pot Com-Lie. Sounds like somewhere in Wales. There we are. Right. What are you giving me here? 4 minutes. Magic. 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Ooh. Now, if I move you over onto, where do we go? Popcom Res. What have we got there now? 543. Yeah. I think residential is going to be where it's at. Obviously, residential is full of people. Now, the fact that it ends up near the station may help us out here. We've got, okay, what do we got waiting here? We've got a healthy number of people waiting there. There's a few more. Everybody wants to go industrial. Well, obviously, that's the industrial stop. So they might, it's going to be interesting to see where they switch. Okay, right, now I'm going to break with the golden rule. I'm going to accelerate things to actually get some of these coaches inbound. Not flipping out. While I've been building that, I've made £4.5 million. Let's have a quick look at that. Excellent. Well, ain't that grand? Alright, let's have a look. Because, I mean, this is going to be more, well, potentially more interesting. Oh, look at this. The AI's kind of gone, yep, this is a boom town. Let's do it. And jumped straight on that. What are we building here? What are you going to be? Oh, that's an industrial building. Okay. And this one? Another industrial building. Fair play. Which could mean that this turns into quite a successful employer for future growth, but we'll see. But so far, so good. Right. I mean, clearly this is going to make a bit of cash. You're an industrial. Where have you come from? You have taken a very strange route there, friend. Yeah, I don't know. He's off. Has he taken a strange route? Maybe that was a goods delivery. No, it wasn't a goods delivery. So what do we got here? 3 waiting for the train. That's okay. I mean, while at this stage of the game, the only way to kind of see on a macro basis whether it's working is to you know, whiz the speed up and see what happens. Equally, let's have a look at the cargo situation. See if they're still getting some free loads coming in. Yeah, we've got a little bit of coal heading out there. I mean, good luck with that. I'm not seeing any iron floating around yet. Give it some time. Maybe it will happen. Okay, well, look, I'm gonna declare victory on that one. I think that's got some real potential. It's all right. I think it's got some potential. Slow down. Turn that off. Zoom everything in. Look at all these people that I am going to double dip money from. Okay, right. Well, you know, that's proof of cause right there. Twin brothers there, out for a walk. Yeah, in fact, I think they're pod people, because look, there's another one, and there's a couple more over there. They're amongst us. They are waiting to take over. I put faith in you, Dungaree mans of Dungaree, to put a stop to this pod person incursion. Before you... Actually, there's enough of you that I should be distrustful of you. Look, there he is, and he walks funny. He's going to cause problems for us all. Anyway, yes, flights of fancy aside. Okay, I think that's working. I definitely think that's working. In fact, if we have a quick look at the scores on the doors here, I mean, admittedly, it's only just kind of started, but none of them are costing me the earth right now. All right, okay, let's move on and see how we're getting on over here. So, what have we got waiting? 15 coal. I've got 3 wagons rolling it. Each carry 5. That's going to work too. Yeah, see, look, there, I mean, you know, it's a roundabout, people. I mean, admittedly, you're probably driving on the correct side of the road for your country, but still feels wrong to me. Right, so where are you? 3 to go to Brian, 4 to go to Pot. Let's check the times on the deliveries there. Pot Steel, 6 minutes. Yeah, that's okay. And then Bry Steel, which may well require no, Brian is ever so close, so Bry Steel should be fine. Yeah, 4 minutes. All right, good. I'm quite pleased with that. So that's, you know, it's going to make a little bit of cash. Looks like he's just done a drop off, so let's see where his car goes up to. And the real question is whether I step up delivery over time in order to make sure that I'm hitting maximum supply requirements. And obviously, as new vehicles become available, that will be easier and easier to pull off. Okay, right, good. That will do for now, I think. Look at all these passengers. Yes. all of these people who are willing to give me cash. Bless them. 26 passengers on board the train. All right, declare victory. That's a win. All right, so I am probably going to mess with that in other towns as well. But that wraps it up for this time. So there we go. We've done a brief Nordic jaunt for the time being. Where should we go next? I think we did kind of Southern Europe-ish. We did a bit of we did Florida. We've done a bit of Canada. I think we're going to have to go to Britain. I think that's all there is to it. So next time around, what you should expect is the extension of this line out through Denmark, crossing over to Ammersol, where we'll run an Ammersol Rago 1 to, we'll extend this to be a 4-stationer, and that's going to be an epic journey. In fact, I'll make it a 2... Yeah, I think we'll do one route from Rago 1 to Ammersol, and then one from Ammersol to Brian and VA for the moment. But over time, I'll extend those out to be more exotic, more lengthy. Or will I? Who knows? So be sure to tune in next time and find out. That's the only way to be sure. Meanwhile, I've been Colonel Failure. You've been a delight. Why not chuck me a like? Since you've waded through half an hour of stagecoaches, goods and passengers. And subscribe if you've not done so already, so you can avoid missing out on the next enthralling escapades that happen. Thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you very soon. Cheerio!